was working say something. I'm back for it. So it makes you comment. Makes you like, comment, and subscribe. What the hell? What the hell?
Man, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of EOS. It's 1090 Jake, man. I'm rocking with y'all, and y'all rocking with me. And for this video, we're gonna be speaking on a Florida man that was sentenced to 999 years for killing his grandparents.
A teenager's in jail after
Why?
family
There,
says he shot and
bro.
killed his grandparents over a family feud. Family members tell us Unita Hardy and Gregory Merritt were in their early 60s. A family friend was also killed in all of this.
His thoughts, his actions, his words. Those
Even though I know, like I guess California like got already wherever he's at. Don't got rid of the death penalty. For some cases, you gotta bring it back, bro. What is the point of 99 years or 999 years, bro? What? Let's just let's just wipe them out, bro. That's why a lot of these places are overcrowded because you got people who are doing 100 years, 70 years, bro. Let's just get you up out of here. Let's just go ahead, especially for certain crimes. Let's just go ahead and get you up out of here, bro. Come on, bro. Let's go. It's certain things you already know, like new laws change, so therefore, even then, just because a law changed, it's certain crimes you still shouldn't be let out for. It be people who have 3 or 4 bodies to their name and they're out. Why? You unalived 3 people, bro. Why are you here?
three things prove to you, in this case, beyond a reasonable doubt, that this defendant committed 3 counts of premeditated murder.
His statement to the police is credible because it is literally corroborated by all the other evidence in this case. And that is the same statement in which he confesses to 3 counts of murder.
First on my list to see is Jadarius Jones.
How you doing?
Okay, are you Jadarius Jones?
Yes, sir.
All right, I have read the arrest and booking report. I do find there to be probable cause for the 4 charges against you. I am going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you. Mr. Jones, you've been charged with 3 separate counts of second-degree murder. You've also been charged with...
Look at the girl in the back, the black girl. She like, damn. Exactly. And if I mean, every single one, all evidence means he did it, like no, without a shadow of a doubt, it's nobody else. It's him wholeheartedly. Get this man up out of here. Come on, man. Let's go, man. Like again, I know, like certain places don't believe it no more, and it's like it's in life, a life shouldn't be taken for another life, and all that other stuff. But it's come on, bro, come on, grandparents, bro, grandpa, grandma, grandpa, and grandma. What can they have done to you for you to have to unlock them? Look at him. Grandpa couldn't put too many paws on it if that was the case. Grandma, what? Go get the whip. Go get me the extension cord, grandson. What can she do to you?
a separate count of armed robbery. You will be held without bond on all 4 of those charges.
It was January.
Get that man up out of here, bro.
2023.
Why? You shouldn't be.
12:30
You're wasting space.
Jacksonville sheriffs.
That is a waste of space.
Home in reference to a shooting. Arriving on scene, officers discovered 44-year-old Luther Williams laying in the front yard with multiple gunshot wounds. Officers quickly conducted a security sweep of the residence, finding 2 additional victims in a back bedroom: 58-year-old Unita Hardy and 63-year-old Gregory Merritt. They were both unresponsive, with multiple gunshot wounds. All 3 victims would die at the scene as detectives arrived to begin the
Got
triple
off on
homicide
3 old people,
investigation.
bro.
A search warrant was obtained, the crime scene was processed, and multiple 9mm shell casings would be found inside and outside the home by all 3 victims. It was determined all 3 met a violent demise, standing only feet away from their killer. A nearby neighbor, now
Crazy,
witness,
dog.
would tell detectives she observed an 18-year-old named Jadarius Jones arrive at the victim's home in a black Toyota Camry. He'd enter the home wearing a fanny pack satchel, and once inside was confronted by male acquaintances who were already in the home. The confrontation stemmed from an incident they found out Jadarius was involved in, and a physical fight broke out. Jadarius was seen running from the home on foot. Officers would observe a male matching the
What
description
happened,
of
bro?
Jadarius at a home not far from the murder scene. He'd be detained by officers, identified as the suspect, and transported for an interview with detectives. A search of the home would reveal a fanny pack style satchel described by the witness. Inside was a wallet belonging to the victim found in the front yard. Speaking with Jadarius, the detective would read him his constitutional rights, and Jadarius would acknowledge he understood all of his rights and signed the form. Post Miranda, Jadarius would confess to shooting and killing all 3 victims. But these weren't just random people. Unita and Gregory were his own grandparents.
Why?
The
Why?
18-year-old would be charged with 3 counts of second-degree murder, armed robbery with a firearm, and theft of a motor vehicle for stealing the victim's Toyota after the murder. The vehicle would be found in front of the home he was found at. Jadarius would sit inside of the Duval County Jail for over 2 years before finding himself guilty as fuck at trial. Now 20 years old, Jadarius would receive a jaw-dropping 999 years for the triple murder that ended his grandparents' life. In all reality, he'd be sentenced to life for each murder, with the sentences running concurrent.
He confessed to it. He stole the car. Y'all got him down the street with the car. Waste of space. Waste of space. Even though I still want to know why. Like, what happened? They just say you entered the home, people was there. What happened? What, was they trying to rob you? Because don't get it twisted, because you're old don't mean that you can't set people up. Don't get it twisted, bro. Cause yeah, I remember it was one case. I think it was in LA too, and it was an older dude, bro. He was unaliving women for a long time, and he was old by the time they got this nigga. So therefore, don't get it twisted. But these are your grandparents, and still, it can be your family that'll do you worse. So what happened? If this is just you went in there, and because the whole thing is, especially with the robbery part on it, that sounds like you went in there to do this and then to get the car. It had to, something had to happen. Like, this say, oh no, it's, even though it's still crazy, they grandparents set him up, had some dudes in there trying to get him. He got off. That, even though it still sounds crazy, nah, because then you wouldn't have just confessed to that. You would have said self-defense. So nah.
But on the court site, it would say 999 years, 99 months, and 99 days. For those that have never been to prison, within the dorms are call-out sheets that would list inmate names, Department of Corrections numbers, as well as their release dates. And for the inmates with a life sentence, the year of release would just say 9999. Now these numbers almost seem make-believe, but for 20-year-old Jadarius, they are very real. If he's lucky enough to live the next 60 years, he'll have spent it within the 4 regions of the Florida Department of Corrections. It doesn't matter which part of the state he wakes up in. That Florida sun will shine every morning off the barbed wire fences. And the day he doesn't wake up, he'll be collected from his cell, body bagged, sent home if he has any living relatives, or he'll be buried at the prison. But that Florida sun will keep on shining. And this is the reality of life in Florida State Prison. Another statistic and another example for those watching of what your life could be if you make the wrong decisions. Now, there was a lot of information missing from this case that
yes,
I wasn't able
what
to find
happened?
in the courts. Apparently, Jadarius was rumored of having committed a shooting. That, I guess, is the reason he was confronted inside of his grandparents' home. Now, I don't know if this was an attempt of like hood justice, like we heard he did something, so we're gonna come over here and beat him up to teach him a lesson, and his grandparents allowed it. And then Jadarius snapped and ended up killing his grandparents and another man. We don't know the details. All we know is an 18-year-old.
Nah, because if he did something that what Jake just explained, that sounds like a DP. That sounds like a DP, bruh. That ain't the cause to do that. And where the other people at? I've seen a lot of videos, bro. I've seen a lot of videos. Niggas put ons, niggas put off, nigga DPs. Don't be one person. It be 2 or 3 of them, depending on where you're at, depending on what state and how crazy these people are, or depending on if you got hands. If the nigga who's getting DP got major hands, they gonna make sure they get this nigga enough people to outbalance them hands. You feel me? But so yeah, what it just been the grandparents and this one extra dude did. No, it wasn't that. It wasn't that. Unless it was. And this older dude was supposed to be so Mr. Tough Guy. That's all he needed. Like he was like, I'm finna go over there and put some paws on that young man. He put the shells to that old man. Sorry, y'all. Sorry. I was trying to make a joke, and that was too far. Condolences to the people that was watching this video. That was too far, y'all. That was too far. My bad.
Then he admitted it to the police. Done deal. This happened in Jacksonville. Jacksonville has been the murder capital of Florida for a long ass fucking time. A lot of drill rappers, the Florida drill scene, that started in Jacksonville. The courts aren't gonna play that shit. When I was in the Florida prison system, most of the jits that I met that came from Jacksonville had 10 years or better. And they were all in there for some type of a gun crime, whether it was shootings, whatever the fuck, murders, attempted murders. That's just how they're rocking over there. But for Jadarius, I don't see him being granted an appeal for a triple murder like this. And based on where the shell casings landed, they were able to prove, through analyzing the crime scene, that he was firing from close range. He was right in front of them when he gunned them down. He knew exactly what he was doing. He didn't play crazy. He didn't go the insane route. He admitted to it for whatever reason. Signed off on his life, basically just ate.
He probably did that because he felt bad for what he did. Cause that's the only thing I can see. The only thing I can see, like somebody just like, yeah, I did it. Especially like right then and there, like what you want to go to trial. You don't want to fight this. You don't want to no contest. No, I'm not guilty. The totality, self-defense, nothing. Just I did it. Okay. And the look on his face when he came to court, he's regretting what he did, and there's a reason why. It's a reason why he did that. Not saying like it's a good reason, but it's a reason that needs to be heard. I want to know. I want to know why. Why did you do it? Because it wasn't no. I lost control. I went crazy. Some people, I ain't gonna lie. Some people are trigger happy, meaning like they got it on them, and no altercation with nobody, even if it's somebody old. They know that this old person can't do too much damage. So especially your grandpa going off on you. What are you gonna do? Slap you one time? That's all he gonna. He is not finna. He ain't finna. I mean, again, some old people you can't trust. But in this situation, I'm gonna say I don't think he's gonna put enough pause on you for you to break a limb or something, break a rib or something. You up in the hospital. So I don't think like this is like I don't know, bro. That is a crazy case. Like I started off saying like just get him out of here, but then again, you probably need to somebody need to talk and figure out why that happened. Does that mean let him off or let him out after? Probably not. Probably not. But then again, it's a reason why that happened. Cause that just don't sound like a random situation.
A fucking life sentence. Now he's gone. He's in prison. And living that day by day from 20 years old to whenever he's no longer breathing, that's no life to live.
He gonna
If
more than
you've
likely
been
get
in
out
there,
though.
you know that.
If he's getting all that time again, laws change every few months, every year. It's always some law being changed. Somehow they seeing this thing is it's too like it's wrong. It's human it's not human decency, it's human cruelty and all type of things. And having all that time, he can say, hey, it might be possible. He's 20, by the time he like 45, hey, never know.
And it's sad because I've gone on the Florida Department of Corrections website and just looked up some of the people that I knew, especially some of the ones that I met that had life sentences. A couple of them have committed suicide because they weren't able to just keep doing it.
Yeah, like
Every day, it's repetition. It's the same thing. Nothing changes. A lot of people don't realize out here you have so much freedom to the point that you don't see what you have until it's gone. When you're in there, all you can.
and then you gotta think about it. In jail, bruh, it's you always gotta watch your back. That's a lot to deal with on a day to day basis. Like you can't go to sleep. You can't just be taking a shower. Like I ain't even talking about somebody like doing that. I'm just saying like that, like unaliving you in your sleep, in a shower, walking down the hall, reading a book, looking on the computer, on the phone. Anything can happen at any given time, and then you know that. That's a lot to deal with. It's already one thing. Your freedom is gone. You in here. You gotta do this time, and then plus I gotta do this time in watch and be cautious all day, 24 hours a day. That's a lot to deal with. That's a lot to deal with. That'll probably excuse me. That'll make somebody not want to come out their cell, and then that ain't good because you gonna waste away. You gotta go outside, and then that go to the yard. Something happened like you got to do that for life. Yeah, that's it wouldn't be possible, bro.
Blues wear blue. The same blues everybody else has. His might be a little bit nicer than yours, a little bit newer because he paid money for it. But all you wear is blue. All the COs wear is brown. Those are the only colors you're seeing year after year after year. You know what I mean? You're used to the fucking heat because if you're not in one of the newer dorms, you're in the old school Florida prison dorms where there's just holes in the windows and there's no AC. It's hot as fuck. The rain gets into the dorm. Living that day by day for the next 40, 50, 60 fucking years is no life to live. And I wish that the Florida Department of Corrections would let people like myself in with a camera to show y'all the realities to keep y'all from making the decisions.
Yeah, you gonna to the right people who's smart enough to look at that and see it and like, hey, hell no. But then the other people are going to see the thing that these people are going through, and the soul. I ain't gonna say it's weak, but it's still we still have human kindness in us. Therefore, you're gonna see that and see what somebody's going through. You know what they did, but it's like, do they need to be living in filth? Do they need to be living with this? Do they need to be having like he said the rain coming in? Like that's what they don't want you to see. Yeah, so that's what they're doing that because so they get to letting people see that these jails, a lot of these places probably will get shut down because it's not right, bro. It hell no. I I did a little time, bro, in um in L.A. It's called what is it called? It's called old man. I forgot what it's called. It's old something, bro. But it's no light. Like you literally like damn it in a basement in a cell. It's just dark, like mid light. It's like they call it the cat the catwalk. That's your window. You see cats, rats, all things walking past. Like, bro, that's disgusting, dog. But it's like you're in jail, so you have to. Why you shouldn't want something? I guess that's like grade A, because therefore you wouldn't care about where you're at. I mean, you're not gonna care about that you're here to learn a lesson. But yeah, the jail ain't going for that because a lot of these places are horrible. Like that place in Chicago or New York or something, the place where P Diddy at. They said that place is horrible. Russian pipes, Russian water, bad things, bad this and bad this. Why is this place still up? Why is this place still running? But then again, these people who are in there did some horrible things. So they need to be in a horrible place. But then when you see it, it's like, nah, I don't know about that, bro. Like mold and stuff everywhere, muddy water, like dirt. Like, nah, I don't know about that. That's why
They'll leave you
they
in
wouldn't
there
go for
with
that.
no
Hell
escape.
no.
A lot of people say, oh, how did you get through prison? How did you do so much confinement time? How did you? I didn't have a choice.
Don't.
I had to. Now he doesn't have a choice until he dies. But hey, it's 1090J. I hope y'all get
Hey, for real though, get the picture now, bro. Whew, boy, jail was not it, boy. Jail was not it at all. Jail is a waste of time. A waste of time, dog.